What's up, everybody? This is Saber, and welcome to the StarSide Podcast. As I said, my name is Saber.
I'm Raiben.
I'm Skeptic.
I'm Criss.
And Dalmont.
We got them all! Yes!
Third
time.
We did it! We've done it successfully.
About freaking
it's so
time.
Beautiful.
Raiben's all emotional. We just hit a huge milestone, everybody. We just hit our server cap and had to boost it another 20 players, and we're already over what we just were.
Yeah, so we saw an error that we never thought we'd see, which is server at limit, and I had it at a 40-person cap, which I thought would be sufficient. Apparently, I was wrong. So we just boosted it to a full 60 players, and we're going to need to strongly look into getting the server a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Again.
Okay, yeah. Jeez.
We are currently tied with L1 at, I think, 30 players already? And it's been like 5 minutes since the reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Also, don't mind the start and stop. That's just Rails and being on a server. That's kind of how that handles. But speaking of the Rails, this is a tram and rail system built by the wonderful Guthris, who is our technician if we need it.
He's just kind of chilling, all muted up, ready to go.
Just because we have
issues. When everything goes wrong.
Because we always have issues.
That's true.
Why
I was going to try
and
deny
it. Static places this entire time, so that nothing breaks.
This
is an experiment. Just be ready for it to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yep.
Worst comes to worst, we'll just go 1 meter a second across the whole island.
We'll just make him pilot us.
Yeah.
Just tap it. Just tap it once.
We'll build a glass-bottom boat while we're here. And
we're in a glass-bottom boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, but like a bigger one.
Oh, here comes a turn.
Well,
yeah, in like 10
work?
minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
We're not exactly screeching up to it.
Oh, man. Anyway.
Intense stuff.
Feels like a car with defective brakes.
No, just a really bad driver. The ones that always just slam on the brakes every like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate those people.
We're just cringing.
I used to be one of those people because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but yeah.
Okay, looks like this one's gonna go okay. I don't know about when we come back, but I think this one will go okay.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe in rails after rails.
We've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff with Rails too.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we should start with our guest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who is Skeptic.
Hello.
He is a council member. You may also know him from the forums, and he's also a. I was gonna make something up, but it would be really inappropriate, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stop there.
What? He's a young Ron Jeremy.
There you go.
Oh God.
He's a capable lover.
And you know this.
That's
now?
the most tactful way I've ever heard that put.
He knows his stuff. He's very good at
he knows what he's
biology
doing.
and women's studies.
Yeah. He's
Right.
studying being OBGYN.
This is all 100% true. Absolutely.
Actual
You humans
At
are
all.
weird.
He'll be down
Thanks,
at your
Chris.
local record store every Wednesday from 4 till 9.
Oh God.
No. Doesn't even go any further than that.
Oh man. Sorry, but you got to go through the trial by fire, Captain.
No, I know.
Just how that
He's
works.
a real doctor.
I don't think
I
so.
hate you. No, I hate you.
I'm not convinced.
You're a bad person.
There are no windows in your house.
All right, yeah. So we are like last podcast we were at the Spawn Island as well, but we wanted to show off Guth's awesome work, and so we came back and Rails, and I don't know if anybody's going to be around, but this will be easier to see people because it's a glass boathouse thing basically.
And we're moving, so the actual like scenery will kind of change. Although it'll probably get repetitive over the course of an hour and a half.
Probably.
Yeah, more
Just
or less.
a little bit.
Also, the second episode of the podcast is not online as an audio-only version because I'm actually going to be working with some people to try and get it into a different medium because SoundCloud does not work because like we're already over our limit, or will be if we try to upload another one. So I'm working with some people to try and actually get it onto like iTunes and do RSS feeds so that way it'll actually go out to various different mediums that also host podcasts. So hopefully I can get that to work, because I would really like to. Because I know obviously there's not a lot going on in the YouTube videos, so it's just for the audio. So it would be nice to be able to provide you guys the ability to just listen to it and not have to worry about watching a video.
Yep, definitely.
But if you are watching the video, please feel free to like and subscribe and watch all our videos and subscribe to those and favorite us.
Find
and
out all of our channels.
Yeah, and then go talk to Keptic on the forums, because he's cool, and give him your phone number if you're an attractive lady.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
Keptic, do you have a
YouTube
channel?
Really hard.
Or a particularly effeminate man. I've heard that he's okay with that too.
Wait, what?
Only on Tuesdays.
What's happened? So, what was your question, Dalmont?
Do you actually have a YouTube channel?
Yes, but I only use it to comment.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Everybody go subscribe anyway.
No, I don't.
Yep, do it.
Yeah, actually, that would be hilarious. We're going to drop a
how
link
Dalmont
in the
got started.
description, and then you can always
Subscribe
subscribe
so
to
you
him.
can keep track of his comments.
Yeah.
Follow him.
Hey,
I
has,
will do
how
it.
many subscribers do you have now? And you have what, -1 videos?
No.
-3.
I have like a couple now, but I'm
Okay.
like way behind, and I've got like 220 subscribers now.
Yeah, there you go.
So not too bad,
You're
actually.
You're doing better
Oh, fuck off.
than Raiben.
Hey, I
I'll
have
have
both
you
of
know I'm
you.
at 1160 now, which is still the
I'll have
lowest
you know
out of
that
like
we're-
Yumi and Skylord. But
Ooh, there's 32 people on here now.
yep.
Wait, what? Oh, already. All right. Give it 10 more minutes. We'll see if we hit 60.
Join us.
Oh, man.
Join us. Seriously though, if you're out there and watching, please feel free to stop by the server.
It'd be a great
It's-
lag test.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, you get a free ship, and it's a pretty
That's
ship.
very true. It is a very nice free ship. And then you
I haven't
can
released
hear
anything in
with
a
other
while,
people.
and you can
I'm
get something
more
that I actually
partial
touched
to
here
Saber's
for free.
black one, though.
We all wait, what?
I like the black version.
Oh,
of it.
the mission variant.
That's
yeah,
so cool.
I like that. Speaking of which, we
It's
also have
sexy.
missions, sort of pseudo mission scenarios. I guess is what we're calling them, scenarios.
Scenarios.
And that was a lot of fun to set up, and it's actually been really well received. Like everybody on the video has enjoyed it. They're tossing out ideas that I've already had, but that's okay. I still like hearing ideas. It's still good.
And I'm running my first one either tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so those people actually watching like live on Twitch will know that there's another event coming from me tonight or tomorrow.
I'm excited. That's the part that I really like about this is
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to be like just us founders. It can be any of the admins can run this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be anytime they want, which is freaking bad. It's like I didn't even know about yours, and I don't know what it is, so we're gonna find out.
I've told you what it is in the past, but I'm gonna leave it a secret.
That is totally okay. Secrets are good.
Yep.
Oh look, Mr. Core.
We've got a random core following us now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Whatever.
That's actually Kratos.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kratos.
When's the last time you saw Kratos? Hi, Kratos.
Probably in a
yeah.
video game.
God of War.
I want to see
Yeah.
ships flying around. That would be awesome.
It is
Well,
pretty
that's what
sweet.
happened the first time.
Raiben, check your audio.
Oh? What's up?
Sounds okay to me.
Yeah.
Also, Hazard, you mentioned it. in
Mine
chat.
is
No, I was
Okay.
just checking his stream.
Oh,
I don't want to do that while it's there, but am
I
I
will
low
check it.
or?
here I'm checking it.
Somebody apparently wasn't hearing you, and they wanted to know if it was on their end.
No, I'm hearing him. He's good.
Oh no,
Oh.
you're good.
Yep.
Okay.
110%.
Sweet.
Okay.
That's
Outstanding.
better than 98%.
Just by a little though.
Just by a little bit. Give or take 12.
Roughly 12%, yes. Anyway, so normally we kind of go through what we've all been doing in the last week, so I guess we should start with our guest. Keptic, what have you been up to in the last week, StarMate or otherwise?
I've been added to the council. I think that's the biggest thing this week.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
So yeah, I've been doing catching up and stuff. For that, I've been refitting my ship because of the rails, which is awesome, but also a gigantic amount of work.
Welcome to the club.
Yo.
Yup.
Yep. I'm sure you guys can all understand the pain.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The difference is most of us have given up. In fact, if I had something that big, there's no way.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I'm-
the
because it's so
way
big, he
you
wouldn't
have
have
to
that
see it
many
is
things.
if you've done so much already, you might as well finish it.
Yeah. Like if it's one big ship, I don't think it would be as bad as having to do like however many
the
ships you've done,
50 little ones that Dal and I have. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's not
50.
like I have
You've seen my
other
sector.
ships anyways, so.
yeah. I've been debating whether or not I actually I'm rebuilding the Templar because I just won't go back and try to screw with the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the other ships I've made were pretty much prototypes for technology that I integrated in my bigger ship. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if they're not updated.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Update the salvage.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for my
We
win.
should update the salvager.
Oh yeah, and I finished school. But
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Congrats.
for good or just for this year?
no, just for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you got
Time for
out.
spaceships.
Now you got
Yeah.
time to build.
Yes,
I
exactly.
had time to build. I'm
I have
jealous.
big plans for internet spaceships this summer.
Very nice. Those are always
Nice.
good plans.
Usually, until they go
Yeah.
horribly, horribly wrong because reasons.
Because
Oh,
he
yeah,
opens
someone's
up his
standing on top of
freaking
the-
missile tubes.
Opens up the missile tubes and launches the drones. The missiles hit the drones, and then you cry.
There's
Yeah.
Skylord up there, I think.
Yep. No, that's Kratos actually. He's just got his skin.
Really? Oh, he's got
Yeah.
Skylord's skin.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
In any other scenario, that would be the worst possible nightmare, terrifying thing ever.
Oh,
He's wearing its skin. Oh my god, we're trapped in this box.
What happened? Well, Star made rot.
Yeah.
That's the one. My
But
brain's
it's okay.
not entirely
It's
here
just a
yet.
game. Speaking of skins, Dalmont, you are showcasing a lovely new skin that you just finished minutes
Yes.
ago.
It took like 12 hours.
But it is
Mostly
a
because-
damn fine job.
Yeah, it's all templated out, so I can do a bunch of different stuff with it.
Yep.
Stand up.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh,
jeez.
He does his little.
Yeah, I wish I could bend over because I would show you my booty.
Wow.
But yeah, it took freaking forever. Spoilers: you can actually make the skin size double what it is. You can actually take it up all the way to 512. In fact, you could probably go bigger, as long as you're beneath 256 kilobytes once you combined all of your files together. 256, that's the maximum amount you can have when you're uploading a skin to a server. That's a hard limit in StarMade.
Yeah,
But
luckily that was
anything
actually
underneath
just
that,
added.
yeah, thank God.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
realized it. The Shine team realized it, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, you can just add any size that you want." They were like, "Yeah, no, we got to change that now."
Right.
To be honest, I could feel it being just a tiny bit bigger. Because even with 40 people on the server, all with custom skins, it's 40 megs. How much is a game now? You know? GTA is what? 69 gigabytes?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
get a
sure.
server with 100 people, that's nothing.
Yeah, and you can't even fly spaceships in that one. What's up with that?
And you can delete people's skins. So.
My
Right?
GTA got corrupted and I have to reinstall the entire thing.
Oh,
I
that
know.
sucks. There goes your week.
Collective
Yeah.
sigh. Oh.
There goes your bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
All of
joke.
I'm gonna have to go deal with a real life for a while.
Poor bastard.
That's
Just
terrible.
sitting on your desk chair, curled up in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, going, please download.
Oh, there's just a
download.
solar
Just want
sailor.
GTA.
I think it's crashed. I can't tell.
What's that?
I didn't
There's
make
just
it.
a solar sailor on our behind me.
That'll be hazard.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's
Before
pretty
I-
hazard.
Oh, now he's back in.
So Dalmont, I'm just wondering what program did you use to make the skin?
Photoshop.
The king.
Combination of Photoshop.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Photoshop is the best.
Yeah, I was just using Paint.net to make mine, which
oh,
I
you're
gave
killing
up
me.
on.
You're killing me, man.
Yeah,
Even-
you should
even
obtain
GIMP would be
Photoshop through
better than that,
perfectly
and I hate
legal
that.
means.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, it really is. I think even Chris can
Alright.
say that it is. Anyway,
What's
so
useful?
Oh my
Photoshop.
Oh yeah.
Legally
Welcome back.
Are you
obtained
even
Photoshop.
here?
Look at it, his head's just
Are you
going
even
up
trying?
and down.
Nah, I'm
He's
looking
look at it.
outside.
See it? Look at that.
He's like, oh yeah.
Us robots have no interest in your human affairs.
Right.
Well, then, what interests do you have? And while you're at it,
Robot
what
ladies.
interests have you had over the last week? Because we'll move on to you.
Well, I was building a ship. We passed it earlier. I parked it over there. Whoa, what just happened?
Something tutorial.
Tons of
Gotta
stuff.
stop for a second.
Yeah, kind of getting back into the swing of things with the YouTube. So I'll be filming builds and stuff, which is exciting. Something I haven't done in a while, so it's nice to get back to that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Ah yes, the YouTube.
The YouTube.
I love it.
All
the
the kids on the YouTube.
All the kids on their books faces.
Book spaces.
They're all on
something
their
like
book space.
And they're tweeting their tweets.
What tweeting your tweets?
I decided not to. All right.
I think I know where you were going with that, and that would have been kind of great.
I really almost said it too.
I know.
Doesn't this game just look awesome in astronaut mode?
It looks awesome all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But you get a feel of the scale when you're an astronaut.
Yes, absolutely. Which is why everyone who is a builder in this game, you should always take breaks to walk around your builds so you get a sense of scale.
It's true, and I don't do it nearly enough, but it really does.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I just realized, I think it was a month ago, just how big my ship was. It's like, I never actually realized.
Yeah, because when you're in build mode, you're cruising around
God.
it quickly, and a block looks like nothing, really, when you're in build mode or whatever. But then all of a sudden, you jump out and you're like, holy crap. I built a monster!
Yeah, like when you think about it, just the fighter that's flying around us is probably the same size as a normal house in Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
Which is, it's just the sense of scale is completely different.
And we get to fly ours.
Mm-hmm. We can do things with ours.
I remember when I was building the Lionheart, which for anybody who's wondering is just, I haven't worked on it because I've been too busy, so don't ask me. I remember the first time I built it, it's a very tall vertical interior space. And I got at the bottom of it and I looked up and I'm just like, this thing is enormous. There's just so much room inside of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's sort of what happened when I was building the Argus way back when. Is, you know, I put this thing together and I literally built most of the interior in one night for no reason whatsoever.
And because you can.
Well, I mean, it was practice, basically, is what I was using it for, was practicing doing interiors. And then it turned out to be a ship. But, like, I threw it together and I'd been in build mode all this time, and then I decided to jump out and start walking around. I'm like, wait a second. Really? Holy crap, this thing is huge. It was a good feeling.
It hit you. It hit you hard.
Yeah, it really kind of does. Once when you put so much work into something, and you step out and actually get to enjoy it.
Yeah. Play with it.
It's that much better, of course. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anyway,
it's two totally different mindsets, because you're going from, oh man, I gotta build this thing, I gotta build that thing, to all of a sudden it's like, I don't have to build anymore. Now I can just use it.
Now I can just play.
Now I can just play the game in a pimped out ship.
Mm-hmm.
Really looking forward to that coming up soon. Next, and I've been working on a team build, the Logic Meister.
I've seen that thing.
It's
oh, really?
Is that the name of it?
No. It's
okay, yeah. No,
suffice it to
Nex's
say,
name
it's gonna.
Is the Logic Meister.
He is the Logic Meister.
He is.
He is the one who logics. In a nutshell, it is really, 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 really complicated, but also really cheap and idiot-proof.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really pretty.
So Raiben,
Yeah, I'm so excited to fly it, like for real.
What was that now?
I said so Raiben can use it.
Oh, fuck off.
It's great because we have like this coalition of logic experts on the server that, like, even if they don't know the answer to something, they can usually take like 5 minutes and figure it out. It's so great to have.
And the funniest part is that, with the exception of Keptic possibly, none of them are us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many people that assume that I am the one who knows all this stuff because I was part of the video. Like, I just did the audio for it. And they're like, hey, so I got a question for you about this and that. And I'm like, yeah.
They really
not the person to ask about. Go ask Raiben.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't send him to Raiben. He knows about as much as I do. Maybe
I know a little bit more than you do.
Yeah, a little bit more.
I know the basics, and I can do some more complex things, but at the same time, I mean, I just haven't gotten myself stuck in on a build yet that uses a lot of rails.
Mm-hmm. I mostly just use the basics in interesting ways, so it appears more advanced than it really is. And then people like Connect's coming in, he's like, wow, this is a mess. I'm like, hey, it works.
That's the important part.
It's just a ball of wires.
Yeah. If you can figure it out on your own, you don't need other people to know how it works.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I just make solar sailors with complicated wings.
Which are solar sailors. There's one right behind Saber.
That's right.
Yep. And
I'm good at logic, but I'm good at coming up with things to do with it.
Yeah, right. I'm good at coming up with things to do with it. I haven't had the drive to build the things, because it's like, if I start on this, I'll have 6 more ideas and try to put them all in, and then I'll get nowhere.
Yeah, I have the drive. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
We need to like work something out here.
Right?
We need to like make some sort of a shared channel or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll actually make things easier. Oh wait, not really.
Hey, we're getting at least a weekly upload to it.
That is true. Yeah,
that's a plus.
I think it's been pretty good. Like it's worked out well. It's just been, I don't know, just another thing
slow
on the list.
Going.
Yeah, exactly.
At first, and yeah, we just need to get our schedules set out and all.
I've enjoyed it nonetheless. I mean, like all of our time lapses, even your 6-hour one, Dal, was still awesome to do.
Yeah,
and one of these days I'm gonna steal you for one of those, because
please don't make it 6 hours.
It won't be 6 hours.
Please don't. I can't do that again. I've already watched all the Friends. I can't do all of it. I don't have any more long shows.
Move on to Psych.
I'm caught up on the Walking. I've already watched all of Psych, dude. Okay, here's what I do. I go to work. I come home. I get on here, and then like I'll either start watching something on Netflix, or like I'll wait until I'm going to bed, because I turn that on for noise to fall asleep to, and then I'll still be watching things. And so I go through so many series, and I've got friends who are in town. They're like, hey, have you seen this show? I'm like, yeah, I've seen all of it. They're like, oh, well, what about this show? I'm like, yeah, I've seen all of it. It's just terrible. They're like, wow, you watch a lot of shows. I'm like, yeah, I can multitask.
Yeah, Arella is going through Bones for the 3rd time. It's
Bones? Okay.
The show.
I wasn't crazy about Bones.
I don't know. She likes it. I like some. I'd say I like about 2/3 of the episodes.
Yeah.
Like they're interesting, but it's just, yeah. And then she falls asleep to like what was it? Bizarre Foods. I'm like, how do you fall asleep to that? Like, of all the things, right?
Yeah.
Like, why that one? Or ghost stories and stuff like this, and it's like, yeah, that don't fly with me.
No. Like, I don't even get really freaked out by stuff, but even like The Walking Dead, that's not something I want to fall asleep to. It's just not. Yeah. It's not a relaxing show. Like Top Gear,
just wake up when someone eats.
I can't fall asleep to Top Gear because I get too entertained by it, and then I stay awake.
That is true. I say fall asleep, and by fall asleep I mean like I'll stay up for an extra hour and a half until I'm just so exhausted that I can't stay awake.
Usually it's Futurama that I can fall asleep to, and the only reason is because I've literally seen every episode like at least 10 times.
Yeah.
I really like Futurama. It's a little bit of an obsession, to be honest. I own every episode on iTunes, and I own a couple of the box set episodes.
Nice.
I really like Futurama.
Let's see, have we been all the way around?
That's okay.
No,
we still accept you.
Okay, Dal's turn.
Nobody accepts me, and that's fine.
For what now? What I've been doing?
What you been up to last week?
The last week. Building the same freaking ship for like 5 days because it's complicated as hell and it keeps breaking.
But it's awesome, though.
Yeah, and then today, literally all day, I made the skin. I started this thing at like 8 a.m.
And thank you
taking a break to eat.
Because now we can make our video. And all the other ones
yes,
after
we
that.
can. And like 15 other people are going to immediately get their distributed copy of the skin, and it'll be super easy because I'm going to be changing the colors for all of them with the click of one button.
Yep. Yay, modularity.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually what took the most amount of time is the whole PSD file. Everything is labeled, annotated, modular, replaceable, movable, changeable.
Yep.
Without breaking anything else.
It always takes a lot more work, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah. In this case, 12 hours. If I got paid for this, I'd be rich.
Right?
Overtime.
Yeah, pretty much just that, and trying to learn how to do logic for Rails. It's different.
Yeah.
I can teach you if you need. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I know the vast majority of the basic stuff. It's just, I guess, trying to figure out some of the higher concepts that absolutely throws me, like,
such as,
I guess, down a set of stairs. Such as picking out something really, really complicated and figuring how to do it. Like, I can usually get it to work, but it probably takes me like 100 million blocks to do it.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm trying to think of something that's really, really complicated and that's still useful.
Opening
Apart
doors.
from like a logic computer, maybe.
It's too much for me.
Right?
Those doors, they're complicated.
Hey, I'm proud of myself. I've managed to get a fair few of the concepts down, but I still bring Nex in one from time to time.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm sitting there going, I think I've got it right, but please fix this. And then usually he does.
You're lucky
So
to have
asked,
someone that does it.
I know, right?
Matthew asked if we could actually change the faces in the skins, and the answer is yes.
Yep.
There's a spot for them, and I can actually take your face and copy and paste it in there when I distribute your skin to you, but you have to send me the file.
Did you hear that? He's going to take your face.
I'm going to rip your face off. I'm going to put it onto a different body, and I'm going to sell it back to you.
For twice the price.
Right?
I like that Guthrus's ship is literally flapping its wings.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this. It's kind of
Caw, bitch.
I was Fraser.
The birds.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right. Well, I guess we're on to you, Saber. What have you been up to?
Let's see. I have been working weekdays, which is nothing exciting, so I'm not going to go into that. And then I've been coming home and planning stuff. For example, last week, I think it was. Has it really been on it? I don't know. I lose track of time so well. Or much. Anyway.
And you English so good.
I are English so good, just like I done read. Anyway, no, I've been writing up plans for missions for the Imperium, just to kind of give people stuff to do, which a lot of people think is roleplay, and I guess it's sort of like pseudo roleplay, but all of the missions are stuff that we actually need to do as a faction. And so it's things like, we need this squad to go mining, we need this squad to protect them while they're mining from pirates and whoever else. And then we're going to transport here and there and take out all the stations, all this other stuff. Like, there's all these things that need to be done. And so it's been really cool.
It gives
because
people an incentive to play
exactly.
in survival.
And that's basically the whole reason we have the server at all, is because we wanted to be able to provide sort of a lore backstory, but then also base it around the Imperium, where people will have things to do. Even if they aren't in our faction, they will have things to do, whether it's like, we hate the Imperium in roleplay sense, whatever, like, we're gonna be rebels and all this kind of stuff. So that's why we have the server at all, is to be able to tailor the game to play like we want it to play, until the systems get in for it to play like it should be played. So quests and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of make that ourselves for now.
Oh my god, a Skylord.
Yep, that's pretty typical. He likes to follow us around.
Yeah.
In big ships. Let's
I
see.
could
The
just
first
see him
time.
I
behind
love that
Saber.
none of the
I was
ships
like,
that are
what?
around us suck.
Right?
That's
absolutely
a
true.
first.
I don't know.
Well, no, there's been some cubes and some weirdness. I'm not talking people's actual.
There
builds.
was
I'm
the
talking
Notice Me Senpai ship.
There was that.
That
was kind of weird.
That was the first time.
Yep.
And last time, second time, I don't know if there were any ships the second time, really. It was Dallas LAAT, so I guess that qualifies as suck. But,
Ouch.
Couldn't help it, and you know it. Also, I would like to point out we are at 36 players right now, which beats out everybody by a factor of at least 8 players.
Wow.
Filthy fucking casuals.
And this is a weekday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Freaking
I
Monday.
can't understand what's happening.
I don't know. We're just awesome, I guess.
It's
And
Monday.
Yeah, I guess.
StarMate is the go-to for the shitty Monday experience.
That
everybody's
is
like,
true. I immediately
Today
got away at
sucked.
home.
I need to go and play StarMate now.
Yep. And that's why I like doing the podcast on Mondays, because I know I'm going to have a crappy day on Monday and then all the way through Friday. And so I know it's going to be a good day on Monday because I can come home and dick about with you guys.
Yeah, and I just, that's why, I was so happy to do it on Mondays too. It's like, I know there are a lot of people that are like, well, I had a shitty day. At least I've got something to look forward to, whether it's watching it or whatever else.
That was
Well,
weird.
I think you're insinuating that we're entertaining, which, that's kind of a big
Okay, that's completely false.
Yeah, that's completely wrong, isn't it? I'm sorry. I won't make the mistake again. Anyway, I guess it's my turn. That means that was really interesting English. Starmaid.
So you're one to talk. All right then.
Fuck off. Anyway, no. Mostly Starmaid and a little bit of War Thunder because I needed a little bit of competitive killing in my life.
Yeah.
But mostly just screwing with Starmaid.
Is your mission based around that? Your
competitive killing?
Or your scenario. Yeah, your scenario.
There is some killing involved, but it's not. Well, I guess in a way,
I'm listening.
Competitive.
Oh man, I not to cut you off, but I just had an idea. Remember that mini game we had called the Hunted or the Hunters, whatever it was called?
Yeah, I remember.
We could totally do that.
I think you know what? We've got 40-some people on the server. We should do it on the island now. After this,
that's fine. We could do something.
You know how much setup it takes?
Is protected.
Hey, come here.
Keep that in mind, though. It is protected.
Oh,
we could copy it and send it somewhere, but
yes, we could. Well, that.
Yeah, probably. Maybe not with 40 people.
Yeah. Nope. Bad idea.
Maybe if we're gonna do one of those, we actually set that up as an event. Like, hey, come on during this time, this day.
Then again, Skylord has probably like a billion PvP maps that have not yet been utilized.
That is true.
We should use the Endor map after putting the AT-AT on rails.
We gotta do it, dude.
We do.
We gotta.
We also have to put a little interior in there so that people could literally jump up inside of it if they want.
And then use their lightsaber. I mean,
yeah.
Dang it.
Their
thermal detonator
selection.
Yeah.
It was a lightsaber and to open it up and a thermal detonator to make it go boom.
Yep.
I know too much about Star Wars.
Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know if
I guess that's true. I guess and even if you do, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
Whatever, to each their own.
Something like that.
As long as you're not being like weird. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't like you can live your life however you want. I don't care.
Right. Anyway. So yeah, I guess that kind of wraps that up for me.
Yeah. In other news, today the newsletter came out. I don't know if everybody was aware of that. Basically, Starmaid, Shine, sent out a newsletter to everyone. And for anybody who may or may not be freaking out, because it's been really mixed reception from everybody, because apparently everybody thinks that Shine just decided to take over everybody's inbox and like spam them. The word spam was thrown out a number of times. So just to clarify for everyone, the newsletter that came out today is a one-time thing unless you subscribe for it. You do not have to unsubscribe from it. It is a one-time thing unless you click the subscribe button in the thing. So it is not spam. You will not get any more if you don't want them. It's just a little thing to be like, hey, this is what the team's working on. Thought you might like to know. Here it is.
And if you don't, well, you'll never hear from us again.
Exactly. So nobody freak out about it. It's just a way for Shine to get in touch with everybody and not have to do it through the doc website.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just an outreach kind of thing. So everybody chill.
I'm going to subscribe to that right now.
I will as well, although I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm. I already did.
Although
could be an idea to
also
post it on the forums.
Well, of course you know what the team's working on. You're on the goddamn. Okay, never mind.
That may or may not be true. I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Your name is on the About Us page.
That could be
still
a possibility.
Oh man. Anyway, any other interesting news? Because
other than kept getting the council, there isn't a whole lot.
Yeah,
I don't think.
It was one hell of a fiasco that I don't know that we want to go into.
Really, I don't want to. I think it's been covered by everybody, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's been addressed by multiple parties in multiple ways.
It's been weak too, so.
Yep. Yeah. So I think we're good.
Into the ground and.
Some things happened, they were bad. And then some other things happened, and they were good. And now we have Captic, and things are great.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And all the ladies agree.
Yep.
And effeminate men, as Raiben said.
Well, that I just heard that from Captic.
Okay.
It's not my thing.
No. That's not what I was insinuating.
Are you sure about that?
I was insinuating what you were insinuating. Insinuations all around.
Yeah. Oh God.
Are you sure that wasn't you, Raiben?
No, I'm pretty sure that was you.
We've also been getting a lot of very positive feedback about the Dusk, so everybody likes it. I haven't heard any complaints about it, other than I think it was Gorn. He's like, "Why would people keep this?" I'm like, "Well, I like it." He's like, "Yeah, but you could just sell it and make bigger guns." I'm like, "I don't need guns, really."
But it's Gorn, like and he and Chicken and Osiris have very similar attitudes when it comes to guns.
Yeah, it's true.
More guns.
Well, I guess beyond that, we've been playing a lot of survival, or at least I have.
Yes, I have, and I need to stop because we have to make our video series, which we're getting ahead of now. Although actually, we can make it work. Like I figured out a way we can do it. We can make it work where there's already some stuff set up, so it's good.
You'll be going back in time.
Okay.
No more time travel.
Oh.
We're done with that.
Please, God.
At least not from now on. There may be some recaps.
Yeah. Flashback.
Last time.
Another flashback. Flashbacks inside of flashbacks.
Actually, technically, we haven't time traveled yet. And by yet, I mean we haven't said we've time traveled yet. Yeah, because we just went from one universe to another. I'm not going to spoil too much. That's as much as I'm going to go. But yeah, there's somebody actually asked me by the other day, I mean this morning, if we had lore for the server, and I laughed out loud at work.
Nice.
So I looked crazy. But yes, we definitely have lore for the server. There's a lot of it, and it's so crazily intertwined. I can't even begin to go into it.
And no offense, Saber, but some of it is incredibly cliche.
Yes, I will fully admit that. And some of it is just weird.
Is so incredibly cliche. You're gonna sit there and go, "Well, you ripped that right out of a B movie sci-fi." But
hey, that's okay. This is a space game where we can do any kind of A, B, C movie sci-fi.
Yeah, that's true.
There should be like a rule. What did I say? I think I said once it should be a rule 42, where like if it exists, there's a Star-made like creation of it, like giant rubber duckies or
I had a thought.
Cows riding surfboards with purple sunglasses.
I had a thought. You know what my favorite thing about this server is?
What's that?
And this is the reason I'm thinking about getting back into ship reviews. Since I've been on the server, I cannot remember the last time I've seen a Star Trek ship.
Oh my God, you're right.
You need to see one, though.
I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm so happy that I have it, and it's the reason that I'm considering doing like fleet lineups again and stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen one, and I'm so incredibly happy. And it's nothing against Star Trek. It's just everybody does it, and there's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, I made an Enterprise.
I far prefer originals, even like. I forget the term, but subpar originals I prefer over Star Trek ships or like some of the way overdone recreations.
Yeah, I mean, like, most of the time, I prefer originals over recreations 95% of the time.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, I like seeing people play by their own rules. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, and seeing new things is also fun instead of just...
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, other than rigidly adhering to, hey, they had a room here, so I'm going to have a room here. It's like, okay, whatever. I think the coolest recreation I saw was a long time ago. I think like a year and a half ago, probably.
Oh, that you're too kind.
No. No, it was actually...
not my legacy.
It was actually, and Dal might remember this one, the Nebuchadnezzar by Pirate, whatever his name was.
Oh, the weird one with the sails.
Yeah, he turned it into a solar sailor.
Yeah.
It was really well done. I really liked that one. Pirate something. I don't remember what his name was. Now I really want to know what his name was. But yeah, no, it was really, really, really nice. It was well done, and this was before Pentas and Tetras, and he still did a great job with it. I liked it. That was probably my favorite recreation, or favorite, whatever. Other than that, obviously Skylord ships are great, but I like his original work better.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just because, the gloves come off when he goes for his original stuff.
I think there is a certain wow factor for new people, though, or people who aren't playing the game at all, where they see like the UNSC Infinity and it's like, wow, and then they think, wait a second, I can fly that? It moves?
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw
I know that.
I think they can run around inside of it and role play and dock warthogs that actually have rotating tires now.
That's why I'm currently
planet.
building Battleship.
I've always found originals more impressive too, because the person actually has to create it, not just build it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but I mean, and I can understand, doing a recreation at the beginning, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a great way to learn.
It's a learn. It's a great way to learn how to build and stuff.
Because that's what I did, so it's good.
I mean,
personally, I'm probably an abnormal case, just starting out with a gigantic ship. First thing I build.
You and Athanol.
Was that really the first ship? The ship that you're currently working on was your first one?
Yeah.
You're nuts, man.
Still on it.
That's the first thing I started.
It's still on it.
Well, I mean, I placed down a core and a couple of blocks just to try out the game, but
Well, yeah, we all did that. Our first ship is never counted as our first ship because it's just terrible.
Yeah. My first ship was a couple of salvage arrays. My second ship was what I thought was a dreadnought.
Yeah, I thought mine was like a medium-sized vessel, like carrier sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it hauled around my starter ship, which looked like a Batwing, only it was made all out of systems and hardly had any shields on it.
But then what's the name of the? Remember the ship that was on the old forums? The one with the really popular one.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that ship.
Oh right, yeah.
It took me a second to figure out which one you were talking about, but
that thing.
Yeah.
It was good except for all the parts that weren't.
Yeah. Including the fact that he stole the shit.
That's kind of what got me into the game. I was just like, oh damn, that's impressive. Because I didn't know better at the time.
Well, you wouldn't have necessarily known that he, not credited the original artist or any of that stuff.
Yeah,
to this day, it still gives me a headache.
Afterwards.
Like, when Skylord builds a replica ship, right? He's like, this is the UNSC Infinity. It's from Halo, right?
Yeah.
When that unmentionable built a ship, he's like, this is the thing that I made with a different name that's not from a game, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I had no idea. That's when I did the review of it, I was like, this is cool, and I loved it. And then, I found that out, and I'm like, wow, way to give credit, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I will sit there and say, great job on the ship, but you're a dirtbag. That's pretty much as far as it goes for me,
Yep.
And, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not the only ship I think he did.
No, he did a whole bunch.
A battle cruiser, I think? Or carrier? He didn't mention that it was from Homeworld.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Of course, now everybody can pick out a Homeworld ship due to the actual Homeworld remastered games.
Yeah, you say that, but...
Well,
yeah, some of us haven't played any of them.
Yeah, well, Sky and I play it.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
I also didn't have a childhood on computers, so that's part of it.
Well, I didn't have, a lot of people, watch TV growing up or whatever and have their favorite shows from way back when. And I guess I kind of do, but I didn't watch TV. I got an hour of TV a week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My life was spent.
That's a sad childhood.
Well, no,
I didn't watch it.
I'm kidding.
No, but we had a PC, and I started playing computer games. I had a Sonic game for a PC or something, and then my first real PC game was Red Alert 2. Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. I was 10, and I was kicking ass in it.
Nice.
So I grew up on RTSs. And then after that, there were a few other games like Morrowind and then Freelancer. And to this day, Freelancer is my thing.
I think
spaceships.
Yeah, we had an old crappy computer, so we couldn't play, or I couldn't play much on it. But we did have, what was it, one of the Microsoft Flight Simulators. I don't know which one it was.
Oh, mate.
And
hey,
that's the way to start gaming. And then it went to, I borrowed TIE Fighter from my neighbor, and that was so amazing. And those were like the only PC games I ever played until I got out of college.
Speaking of which, I did have TIE Fighter as well.
Hot Wheels. Oh, and what was it called again? Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that came in the cereal box.
Nice.
Saber, you reminded me of something really interesting.
What's that?
Was like, we had one of those, like, I guess you'd call it, I guess it was still running on DOS. It was like an Apple II or something like that. And my dad had bought it like ages ago, right? And literally, the only thing on that computer was Flight Simulator.
Nice.
Just literally,
Wow.
It was called Flight Simulator. It was a series of like white lines and stuff. So he got the thing in like 1980, right? And that was the first game I ever played.
Nice.
Ages and ages
Is that
ago. And
considered a game?
technically, yes. I mean, it would have to be. I mean,
It
was.
I
had
guess for
gameplay
child,
and
crazy.
failure state.
Google Earth could be a game.
Does it have a failure state?
What?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay,
Yep.
fair enough, I guess. But yeah,
If you crash, you die.
Yeah, but there's actually buildings and stuff, so it's pretty good. And nice. I mean, for free
I'm gonna
thing.
check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, other than
never
that, I
checked
was
it.
usually like out in the woods as a kid. Like I was we had one of the families where like me and my brothers would, like wake up in the morning, have our breakfast, and then run outside, yelling at our mom, "Bye, Mom," and she's like, "Be back before it's dark." And that was what our day was. We would just be outside, like out in the woods, just all day, and it was amazing.
Well, I got lucky.
Eric.
I grew up on a waterfront property, so my day was the same way, except I'd run straight down to the beach and then just swim. And there's like the distance from the shore that I was on to the other shore of the lake was about 2 miles, and I swam across it periodically
Jeez.
just because I was that nuts.
Bye, Mom. We're gonna go. Blah, blah, blah.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, no, I grew up in the water and love it to this day. And then at night, when I was exhausted from fucking swimming across the goddamn lake, I'd sit down at the computer and play Red Alert.
There you go.
That was how my days went.
That's childhood in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah.
There are worse ways to grow up.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
I had it pretty good. I won't lie.
It's kind of crazy if you let yourself be introspective for a while. Like what was it, a couple months ago? I was just kind of considering, where I'm going to go next with career and all this other kind of stuff. And so I literally just like kind of took a walk and looked back at my entire life. Like, what things have I enjoyed? What things have sort of led up to this point, and where could they go? And it was weird how early some of the stuff tied into what I want to do in the future, like space stuff, flight stuff, stuff to do with Earth, as far as like park ranger, things like that. Like, it all kind of ties together, and it's weird because nothing really changed. It just sort of advanced or like went on pause for a while or whatever, but it still ties all the way back to me being a kid, like playing video games on the computer occasionally, and then we got a console and like being out in the woods, and it's just really interesting to see how far you can actually tie it all back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna say, like, Dal, with some of the stuff that you're trying to pursue, like, it's got to be the same kind of situation.
I have a really, for those of you who don't know, I have an unhealthy obsession with airplanes.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is true.
it's bad. Everything around me
confirm.
right now. I've got at least 3-4 models in this room, and then like the rest of every room in the house. They just hide everywhere, and my wife wants to punch me. But literally, like, there's pictures of me just as a baby, and all we did was fly, because that's what my family did. That was the business that they were in, and I would literally beg my parents to go to work with them just so that I could like sit underneath the wing of some shit and eat a sandwich and like watch them go by. You know, watch people. The smell of jet fuel like makes me nostalgic. It's crazy. I'm serious. Because some people are like, oh yes, my parents always went out to the picnic at the beach, and it's like the best thing ever for them, right? I get nostalgia when I smell jet fuel. I get hungry for collard greens. Ironically, it's really quite a strange combination of stuff.
That's a really interesting way to say that, because like to this day, I have trouble falling asleep, as Saber knows. I'm an insomniac. However, it's a dual piston diesel engine, right? So you can actually kind of hear the individual piston hits, right? In the sailboat, in my parents' sailboat, if I hear that going off, I'm instantly asleep. Because I fell asleep to it like when I was like 6 months old.
So did you record it and just play that night?
No, I
am the savage Raiben.
It doesn't because it's not quite the same, because like there's this.
Oh, it doesn't work.
It vibrates the boat just a little bit, and it literally just puts you to sleep, because the whole thing's like the boat rocks back and forth, and it's literally it just knocks you the fuck out. It's really hard to explain, but it's amazing. I want to go sailing again.
My dad was a trucker up until I was a teenager. Oh, hello, people trying to shoot things. So when I was a kid, you know, I'd go on trips with him and stuff. And it still surprises me to this day about how people were like acting cars and stuff, because we would be on like week plus trips. And so, you know, like there's not a lot you can do. You just kind of enjoy the sights and stuff. And so I would always just look out the window, just kind of, zone out, take in the sights and stuff. And to this day, like whenever I get in a car, if I'm like riding with somebody, I get super quiet and I just start looking out the window. People are like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong?" I'm like, "Oh my god, everything's fine." I'm just like looking out the window. Like
people used
like,
to do that to me.
Yeah, it's so weird. Because like they always want like, they think there's an awkward silence or whatever. Like, "Oh, you want me to turn on some music or something?" I'm like, "I don't care. You can do whatever." Like I'm just like in my head or like out the window, and just there's so much stuff to look at. So I don't like get bored with it. But people just take it the wrong way. I don't get it.
I read in the car, like that's how I pass the road trips and stuff.
Yeah, I do some of that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Until I get sick, almost.
I never get car sick.
I used to, but for some reason I don't anymore, which is a good thing.
Well, growing up on a boat, kind of, or periodically anyway, and reading on something that turns in 3 axes makes it so that when you're in a car and it's only moving in 2, not so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what's your interesting childhood story? We're all sharing. Let's hear it.
Oh god, I don't even know.
He didn't have a childhood. He was born yesterday.
Yeah. I am eternal.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he was born with a beard.
I am everlasting.
No, Dal.
Wait, did you say born with a beard? Yeah, Dal. It's absolutely
born
it's
raised.
True.
Dal came out and it was already down to his toes.
He actually had to trim it back just so he wouldn't trip over it.
God.
Then he got caught in shear once. It was gross.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that like everybody on the Shine team has a beard, almost?
Yeah, about 80 to 90% of the team does. I think there's only 2 guys.
Duke and maybe Calbeery.
Kramer. Well, okay. Well, no, Cal has like a little goatee sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much
Cal's got like this, almost like a soul patch. Omni has one hell of a beard.
Yeah.
Along with one heck of a head of hair.
Kuku also has
even
such long
Duke
hair.
does. Kinda. Or no,
Yeah.
Duke doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
Duke
not of his
Duke
avatar.
and Audiento.
Wed team keeps scruff most of the time, and that's honestly that's what I usually have, except when I get lazy and then I just decide to grow a beard.
Right.
So it switches really. But yeah, it's most of us have got beards or facial hair of some form. Nobody has just a mustache, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of.
That's probably
they would
Ew,
see me.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm not saying that I want it.
Mustaches,
we don't need a Ron Swanson on the team, unless he was actually Ron
Andy
Swanson.
P looks a little bit evil. I mean, that goatee. A little bit evil.
He's super nice though. I mean, obviously
I know,
but
yeah,
freaking awesome guy, and like him and the rest of the testing team is just brilliant.
But does
so like, oh, it's probably
Schema
this.
have a beard, Oh, it's
Well,
mystery.
he's
Well,
got fur
no,
covering his whole
he's
body.
got fur,
so
yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
He has like a cat beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever that equivalent is.
I don't know. A wise old cat beard. And eternal. Not really old.
And he
just
wears a
eternal.
wizard hat.
So it's just weird, white in the beard area.
Yeah. He also wears a wizard hat.
It's true. 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Can confirm. Shine official.
Yep. Skiba wears a wizard
And
hat
he
at all
uses
times.
prosthetic hands for the coding.
No. He just magics the keys to go down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
That's
Ever seen
why he
Keyboard
has the
Cat?
wizard hat.
Oh, it's true. That is true.
Yeah, he's
That's so stupid.
telekinetic.
How did I not realize that?
Yeah. Come on, man. Get your head in the game.
Really?
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I forgive you. Not that you need my
Oh,
forgiveness.
man. Captain, I swear I've talked to you about this before, but you're from you're from Canada, like the Montreal area, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
you freaked me out when you managed to figure out like to this city.
He didn't say
where I
it.
live.
The only thing that I had to go on was one word, which was how he pronounces bin or bean, the way that he says it. But I live in northern Michigan, and I go up north from time to time, and so I'm used to hearing that.
Kip says bean?
When he says bin, like I've been somewhere,
Yeah.
he says
Yeah.
bean.
Oh, I've just been
Do I?
down to the stables.
Exactly.
Oh god.
He's so
Took a
very
ride on
posh.
Winchester.
Oh my god.
Like it?
Yeah, something like that.
So they sound in Montreal.
That's the one.
I'll go there and I'll try that voice and see if I blend in.
Oh,
It's not something I notice.
Montrealian.
Well,
If I
yeah,
ever say it, you'll notice. Because if I say it right now, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna say it properly.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like if you don't leave or move a long ways from where you're from, you don't notice the things that you say differently.
yeah.
Yeah, that just happened to me pretty radically.
Yeah. So you're living in the South now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've
How y'all
already
doing?
started. Yeah, y'all.
Y'all drinking
It's
sweet
starting.
tea?
Hey, why do you think I say it all the time?
Yep.
I will. I'm gonna
I
be honest
lived
with you
there
though.
for a while.
The one thing that I'm so happy about down here that once again, I traveled a lot, spent a lot of time down in the South as a kid, and sweet tea is it's shit. In the north.
Oh, dude, I like
Do you know
sweet tea.
Do you know what? No, I
So
love sweet
good.
tea.
Oh, okay.
I love sweet tea, but in the north it tastes like shit. Do you know
Oh,
why?
absolutely. Because they
They
don't know how to
don't do it right.
Because they put the fucking water in cold. It's basic
Yup.
solubility,
Oh,
you damn
yeah.
Yankee. God damn.
I'm a Yankee.
Damn right.
You literally you put
Oh, yeah.
you hot.
We can turn this redneck real quick.
Right? the molecules are moving faster. There's more space
I can
shit to
go
get
get a
absorbed.
relish. You grew up in Florida.
You know the sad part
And not
is
the
Florida doesn't
Miami,
even count as
the
the
rednecks
South.
understand the science better
No,
than
no,
the
no,
Yankees.
no, no. Northern part of Florida?
Oh, like Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Like they're in the swamp people.
Oh, that part
The
of
swamp
Florida. Not old
I'm not
people
talking
Florida.
Miami.
Not-
I'm not
not
talking the
Orlando,
Keys.
yeah.
They don't
Inbred
count.
Florida. Okay.
God
You mean
damn
the
it.
you mean the thing that's basically Virginia but sounds like Georgia?
Yeah, kind of.
My favorite thing to hear somebody from Georgia say is tent. Tent. Like, I have family
That's
down there.
really
I swear to God, that's how they
specific.
say it.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to my cousin, relative. I don't even know what he actually is. It's by marriage, so I don't know. And he was talking. He's a Appalachie hiker. He's a sectioner, whatever. Like he hikes a section of the Appalachian Trail. And so he was telling me all these stories. He's like, yeah, so I packed up my tent and went on. And, this lady here lost her shoe and all this other crazy shit. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love Georgians. It's so great. Got him a tent.
Almost as much as he likes the Irish.
The Irish are very, very cool. It's really cool to see the similarities between like Southerners and like Northern Scotsmen and Irish. The Gaelic culture, I guess, is one way to put it. Because like
I didn't
there's
expect
actually,
you to make that comparison, honestly.
but there's a lot of similarities actually. Because it's like, okay, I don't mean this in a negative way, but like Scottish people, like very Scottish people, are like the rednecks of the UK. And so it's really cool to see the comparisons between the two groups where it's like, you guys really aren't that different. You just talk a little differently.
You
just
insulted both the Scottish.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of settlers that came from Scotland into the Midwest
Yeah, I
and
know,
the
but
South.
you just called them all rednecks.
I said they're like the rednecks of the UK. I didn't say they were rednecks. It's just the comparison.
Sure.
There's rednecks everywhere, so I mean,
that's true.
It happens.
Technically, I kind of am one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been up in Northern Ireland, not like North Ireland like Britain, but like Northern Ireland, like Northwest, and they lead nice, simple country folk lives, and that is awesome. Like the actual first language up there isn't English, it's Gaelic. And I thought that was so cool when I was up there.
Yeah, but they don't have StarRaid. Oh,
yeah, it's a serious problem.
That sounds like some sort of like political campaign to start a war. We need to bring StarMaid to the Northern Ireland. Apparently JFK's coming back. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait.
It's like somehow in doing so not piss off the Welsh.
Don't worry. We'll put a sheep in the town square. They won't be pissed off. They'll be too busy. Not going to continue that joke, though.
I think you finished it. I think you brought it all the way to completion.
Yeah. This is bailing out. It's either he's trying to claw through the glass.
Yeah.
Let me out of here, please.
Unlock the door.
I'm done.
Yeah, let's not have a total meltdown like we did at the end of the last one, which I don't even know what time we started. So, Raiben, let's call that one.
I think it's another 20 minutes or so.
Okay, cool. Actually, that will work because I think we've covered all of the offensive topics that we can possibly offend all sorts of different people with. And if you guys,
I don't know about that.
We could definitely do a little digging and get some stuff for sure. But I was wondering if you guys, since we have Kept It here, who is making one of the largest ships that I've seen in a long time, about gigantism in StarMaid. There have been some topics on the forums recently about that, and discussion in chat and stuff. So I thought we might be able to discuss it here. Now I know we did do a video on it a while ago with Skylord, but things have changed a little bit. And then even if not, I think it would be good to kind of, touch on that again with the mass majority of people.
Yeah, I think a problem with the issue is that generally when people get clubbed by a giant ship, that giant ship looks like shit.
Yeah.
It's probably just a gigantic brick, which is just a problem in general.
Yep.
So I wouldn't put every big ship like in the same boat.
No,
because
absolutely.
I honestly don't mind getting killed by a giant majestic ship. Like the guy put effort into it, and he deserves to kill me with it.
Yep. And that's just coming down to numbers.
But I'm probably just really biased because I'm making a big ship.
No, I think it's accurate because I think there's a median that people aren't really realizing that it comes down to numbers. Like if you have a huge ship, you're going to be able to take out small fighters. Like somebody made a comparison, I think either in chat or the forum today, where like a Star Destroyer is going to be able to take out an X-Wing. That's just how it works. But if you have a skilled team and you have good quality ships of, it doesn't even matter what their mass is. If you have enough of them and you've got the tactics for it, and we proved this in the tournament that we did recently. If you've got a small, very, very skilled squadron, you can take out a ship of equal mass to your total ship count. Or your total ship mass. So you can absolutely do it.
I've proven with the drones that it's possible to take out ships with a quarter of the mass. Just with smaller ships. And
and the Blood and Steel tournament was a perfect example of it too.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, the things, I think the problem needs to be broken into two parts, because I hear two complaints. One is game balance. Bigger ships are always killing me, things like that. But I think the other problem that I hear a lot is server lag and stuff like that. And again, the server lag or, issues like that, I tend to just say, you know what, if you're playing on a server or something like that, server admins can figure that out.
Yeah,
they usually know roughly what the server can take. If your client can't take it, just stay away from them if you can. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
It's entirely hardware dependent. I mean, it doesn't really have anything to do with the game.
Right, but then when it comes to game balance, it's kind of one of those things where I think it's more of a social construct. I know here on this server, we don't disallow noob cubes, but we strongly discourage them.
Yep.
I think it kind of polices itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have noob cubes, it's not nearly as bad because you got highly detailed chips, which means less combat effective in a way.
Yeah, well, and the thing with cubes is that while they might not look bigger, they probably have like 5 times the mass. So it's just they're 5 times as powerful.
Yeah.
The maneuverability point there, that's actually what drives me crazy. The cubes get maximum maneuverability and maximum mass, right? Yeah. Basically, you're getting penalized for having, a more interesting shape in a nutshell of a higher equal mass. My big argument against large ships really is just the fact that right now turrets give you an overwhelming advantage.
That's true.
And that has been compounded by the fact now that they share the shields. Like, how in the hell are you going to get the mothership? Like, in your case, Captain, how many shields do you have? Like 40 million or something like that already?
That's just in your turret.
Yes.
But doesn't that turret only turn on one axis right now?
For now.
Yeah. For now.
Okay. Are you
I was actually working on modifying it.
Dang it. I was going to say, there we go. That's kind of a lynch where you can
at the same time,
side, but...
do turrets need mass enhancers yet?
I don't think so. But one of the ways to balance that is just giving turrets turn rates like based on their size, and fixing the turret turn rate so it's inertia based instead of the thing we have now.
Yeah, that's why I'm completely fine with the way mass enhancers are right now. I mean, like, they're still buggy and all that, but like, I don't know. From what I've seen and the numbers that I've needed to place on my own ships, I'm quite satisfied.
Yeah, it's a good enough detriment to something with a massive fuck-off turret. Just takes up more space.
Yeah.
What I would like to see, personally,
but turrets don't need enhancers, do they?
No, but hopefully they will.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah.
I think that's really the one thing that kind of tips the balance right now in favor of large ships. So the balance is constantly in flux. New mechanics are getting added. With rails, things become significantly more interesting. Because now, if you want to have, big, useful moving parts, you can't really transfer systems back to the ship.
Yep.
So you're going to have these higher mass ships with, more complex parts now. And to be honest, I think things are coming to the point where you're going to find people settling into a medium size. Nothing too big, nothing too small, and there's going to be interiors. The thing is, I guess, just not all of the gameplay mechanics are in yet to make it 100% viable.
Yeah. I've said this often in the past, but gigantism is only a thing if you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's not actually a thing. Like, a bigger ship should be expected to kill a smaller single ship. But if there's a swarm of smaller ships, they're already going to kill the bigger ship with the way the game works right now. It's just people... there's no way of controlling that swarm of smaller ships. Like, there's a really interesting thread on the forums about that. Saying you want to be the hero, but not in someone else's story.
Yeah, it's the natural order of things, though. Like, I mean, that's kind of what this reflects, is like the bigger fish is gonna, be able to eat the smaller fish.
So basically, an AI control system would really, really help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you could have a plane of fighter, but flying with a wing of AI fighters with them.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
It'd be really nice to have just drones working on selected target again.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because then you could just dispatch drones and have them focus fire on targets, which solves half your problem.
Yeah.
Then you just got to make them come back somehow.
Somehow.
Honestly, I'm just really excited for the interior update. One,
you mean
I think it was
the HP system.
Yeah, the HP system, and then I think it was some kind of Q&A a while back. They mentioned about actually being able to board ships and reasons to have your interior be more difficult to navigate.
Yep.
And that, or have internal defensive systems, like astronauts were going to play a bigger role. I mean, what is a ship without its crew?
Yeah.
And that I am really super excited for. I think it's going to be along the same lines as the kind of AI update. It's going to make multiple ships more viable.
The other one I'm looking forward to is capital ship systems.
Absolutely.
I want a refinery ship like a year ago.
Yep. Mobile base, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'm one of those people that, like, when I played Minecraft and stuff like that, I would always I'd build a base and then I'd pick everything up and then screw off in another direction.
Yep,
or I'd lose whatever base I had. I prefer to just have a mobile base, and I don't care if I can't home base it. I'm just gonna, make it as powerful as I can, so that I don't die.
That was actually one of the things that I loved about the Minecraft Zeppelin mod, was that, like, because the main thing that I like to do in Minecraft was explore. Like, I'd like to see what the seed would come up with, what sort of crazy, like, mountains and all this kind of stuff I could find. And so it was great when the Zeppelin mod came out, because I could do that. Like, I could fly around at a relatively slow speed and then just find this cool stuff, and then, like, oh, well, time to sit down for the night, and then you just park it, and then you get a base.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
I like how we can kind of do that in StarRaid without any mods.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can for the most part. It's as soon as I can add in, some of the station systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically the crafting. That's all I need.
Yeah, if you can find a way to, I don't know if we can or not, but if you could dock an asteroid to your ship, then you could have a factory, because you can put factories on asteroids now.
Ooh.
So if you can figure out how to make that work, there you go. There's a temporary fix.
This bears some testing.
I don't know if you can make an asteroid dock to you, though. That's the only problem.
Could you dock to the asteroid and then go back in your ship and dock to something else?
No, because it'll undock you.
That might work. Wait, what?
But
why would
if you dock to the asteroid, I don't think that you can fly the ship anymore.
No, but
you don't have to fly, you just need to dock to something.
Yeah, but when you launch that docking beam, it undocks you from everything else, so you can dock
another one. Put 2 docking things on it.
Yeah, I think it still undocks you.
No,
or at
there's
least
multiple.
It did a while back.
Experiments must be made.
This is something I thought of earlier. We should experiment.
Yep. Sure. Let's find out.
We'll definitely have
to. Let's do it now.
We must conduct space science.
Asteroid ship.
That's what I love about.
Let me out.
Yeah, that's what I love about this game, is like that you really can like conduct experiments. Like, I've done a bunch of experiments with wormholes and stuff, and like I've established elliptical orbits around wormholes, and like it's possible. There's all this crazy stuff you can do, and you just got to try it and see if it works.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can set up an elliptical orbit around a wormhole and not warp in if you set it up just right. There's also a bunch of other experiments I've done, but I'm not going to divulge those because they're really cool and I want to use it for myself.
Oh my god.
Also super secret scroll stuff.
Also, it may cause lag, so I don't want to like make it too widely known, so I'm keeping it mostly to myself.
One of the things I've been wanting to do, which is totally random, is put swarm missiles on asteroids and link those to wireless logic.
Oh man, somebody goes up and just like
yeah. So if someone just like comes up to mine it, you just activate it.
Man.
That's actually similar to something we were talking about the other day. So not to go into the whole story, but somebody had set up near us, near our home base, the Imperium's home base, and we weren't happy about it because it was their home base, and like we were there first basically, and so we were like just telling them, hey, like, could you please move? We were trying to be nice about it. And we ended up like getting to the point where we were starting to prep a ship to send over to them, like, let's call it a Trojan horse, and we were going to send it over.
Siege.
And we had like, we were going to put warheads in it, and then just basically set it up with a remote where like as soon as they got in, we were just going to blow it up and just give them hell.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided to be nice and they left, so we did not do that, although we were very tempted.
There's a toaster behind us.
Fun. Or just doing a trade, like selling a ship but putting explosives in it. That'd be a dick move, but it'd still be really funny.
Yes, it would.
There's a toaster behind us, and I don't know what to think about it.
There is indeed. Also, there are pirates off to our left, and those are the scary pirates.
I believe get rid of them.
The sailing. Well, no, not real pirates. I mean, they're chicken brought in the ships. I just see red and black, and I'm scared, even though I'm in a protected sector. I'm scared. Hold me.
This is why I'm God moded.
I'll kill them with a pistol.
That'd be impressive, right?
The toast is just going up and down in the toaster.
It's done. Somebody's got to grab it.
Amazing.
I want toast. This is a game that these guys like to play with me, unfortunately.
I wasn't even playing the game.
Yeah,
so for anybody who doesn't know,
thinking about it.
No, I really wasn't until you mentioned that. But so for anybody who doesn't know, if you mention food to Raiben, he wants that food. Every time,
how that works.
Doesn't matter. So if I were to say Dino Buddies,
Buttons come out. Oh, that's nice.
God damn it.
And so does Dalmont with that particular one. If I was to say tacos, he would probably also want tacos. It works with everything.
Gone. Maybe I can text her.
It'd be nice if his toasts undocked and had like disintegrators that basically like drones.
Actually, I've had so much mac and cheese over the last few days that I don't want it.
Oh yeah. You know what he needs to do is he needs to make it so the toast docks to a rail and then slowly slides into the toaster, and then it waits an indiscriminate amount of time, and then it fires out as fast as it possibly can, because that's how toasters
work. Well, they're already on the rails. I don't know if you noticed it. But the toast can go up and down into the toaster.
Yeah.
I see it, but like it needs to like fire out.
Yeah,
because like you're right there, your toaster.
Shit. Like flying.
Exactly, because you're like sitting there, you're like, all right, okay, don't jump. My toast is gonna jump out soon. Don't jump. It's gonna jump out. Oh god! 95% of the time.
Somebody shot me.
Yeah. I have toast PTSD.
Oh god. It's like Twitter PTSD.
Oh god. Raiben, tell that great story about the vaxxer that you told earlier.
Oh, right. So there's an anti-vaxxer person who doesn't believe that vaccines are good for you or whatever. And he basically said to a scientist, prove that, I think it was measles, exists, because apparently he didn't believe that the measles virus even exists. He said, prove it and I'll give you $100,000. So the scientist got $100,000.
That's the greatest anecdote of our time.
That I wish I was a scientist
right?
that was offered to $100,000 for something incredibly stupid like that.
Yeah, just hand him a book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Measles and You by Dr. Seuss.
Well, people like this support the scientific community, so whatever.
Yes. Well,
not
definitely.
directly. I mean, they're probably opposed to it, but
there's ways that you can, though.
I really want to find that article now.
You basically just told the whole story, which works great because it's very short.
Yeah.
Speaking of supporting
that was
science,
literally the headline.
Something that the Planetary Society is doing is launching a CubeSat, which is a solar sail. They're testing that out. This coming month? Yeah, solar sail. I know how you love solar sails. They're actually launching one, and they're going to test it out, and hopefully it will work well, because it's their test platform first, but then they're going to do another one after that. It's going to be super cool to see that. And for anybody who doesn't know, the Planetary Society is run by Bill Nye the Science Guy. He is chairman, CEO. Yeah, it is super cool. Him and I believe Neil deGrasse Tyson is also on the board. What's that?
You now have to chant Bill.
No, everybody has to chant Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
I did some science, and I'm sad. You cannot dock a ship to an asteroid.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh, but you're still sitting beside us. What is happening?
He can clone himself. This isn't even real Dalmont.
I figured.
No. You're.
It is. I know.
The real Dalmont is really in the building today.
Yep. That's good. I'm glad you're here with us in sort of person.
No, I'm actually here. See, shaking my head downtown.
Oh God, no! Why?
What?
Just Dalmont singing.
Oh, speaking of your planes, Dal, you mentioned earlier. What happened to your blimp? Did that get popped?
No, I still have both blimps.
Okay, because I remember I saw a picture recently, and one of them was flat on the floor, and I was sad.
Yep, they're all flat right now. I am not hanging them up yet.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Easily, very easily.
I wasn't sure like what sort of thing it was.
I'm gonna hang one in this room.
And your wife will hate you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's up.
Why is my husband a man child with a beard? Those specific blimps, might I add.
It's a long, dark story.
I don't know how dark it is.
I don't even know what to say right now.
It's a pretty great story. Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of sad. It's all about child Dalmont, child bearded Dalmont. I think you got to tell it at this point.
Yeah.
Baby beard.
A long time ago, in a Sears, not so far away, I really like the blimp that was on the ceiling. You know how they have those little Goodyear blimps advertising? We went to this place to get tires for the car. And being the enterprising young child that I was, who is obsessed with things that aren't normal, I'm the kid who wanted the fucking like mystery airplane, not the fucking fighter jet or whatever, I always wanted something crazy. And anyway, so this thing is on the ceiling, and I asked the guy, the rat bastard, hey, can we buy that blimp? And Dad looks at him and looks at me and looks at him, and he says, all right, how much for the blimp on the ceiling? He's like, sorry, can't sell it to you, son. Not unless it's a very good year. Now, I took that with some indignity 20 years ago, but I never forgot. I never forgot about the blimp. Ever. And then one day, in that very same mall, in fact, the last trip I ever made to that very same mall, I was walking into a collectibles store, and behold, what do I see on the ceiling? That motherfucking blimp.
No.
And I pretty much, I'm like, hey, listen to the people behind the counter, and they're like looking at me like, what? Because nobody asks for stuff, they just come in, they kind of just stare, look around, and it's like, who the hell would be asking for something? So I'm like, listen, that blimp on the ceiling, I'm gonna buy it. I'm like, well, it doesn't have a price on it. I'm like, you're gonna call the guy who can put a price on it, because I know this store is owned by some other dude. He like runs a chain of collectible stores, but that's a story for another day. And they did. They called him for me.
And what was the first thing you did after that?
The first thing I did was buy the blimp.
No, I mean after you bought the blimp.
After I bought the blimp?
You called someone.
Oh yeah, I called my mom. Actually.
Hey, Mom,
honest to God, because she remembered it, right? I was like, I had to tell somebody who would understand, like the meta, the meta behind the blimp. Who
before you even knew about meta.
Oh God.
And she remembered. I was like, Mom, you remember that blimp that Dad never bought me as a kid? And she's like, oh shit, yeah. And I'm like, guess what I just bought? She just kind of takes a moment, and it's like, at first she's like, that's nice, and then I think it clicked, and she was like, wait, no way. But I also got another blimp that same day. Like, he's like, $10 a blimp. I'm like, sold. I'll take all the blimps. Oh, there was another one. There's a Budweiser blimp, but I don't drink Budweiser, so I felt it would be inappropriate. So I didn't get that one, but I did get Gulf, because I've been to a Gulf gas station before. So I have a Gulf blimp and I have a Goodyear blimp. $10, which, by the way, I made a profit because they sell on eBay for like $39.99. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Money.
Yeah.
The fact that you got a blimp,
right?
And that's the story of the blimp.
Honest to God, Saber, I thought you were gonna do a secret like clapping animation. Just blimp.
Oh, God.
I just spawned in a blimp, just like an actual model, not a creation of a ship, just an
Right.
actual.
Well, if we're talking about blimps, well, Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we still need to do that.
Do they have
We
adventure
do that
mode
again.
in, or still co-op or anything?
I know
Just
that.
guns.
I know that they added a whole bunch of guns and some other stuff. I don't know when or if adventure mode's in, but I really hope it is.
Yeah. But I mean, how could you go wrong with flamethrower? Like, what else do you need, really?
Flamethrower with Lesmok with the super extended range rounds.
Absolutely.
And the crazy, like, what was it, the Hwacha?
I think, yeah.
The Hwacha.
Lion mouth thing.
Yeah, that thing. And then on the other side, I think we had that Hades cannon, the really, really heavy hitting one that fucking fired forever.
We swapped a few different things. We used the sniper thing for a while, and
rocket launcher.
And a damn fine crew.
Yeah.
Except
Can't
for
beat the goldfish.
Our freaking, we always swapped out, what was it, the
engineer.
Engineer, that's what I was thinking. Not mechanic, engineer. And that always went bad, because it's like, oh, this person doesn't know our system. Crap.
Yeah. That being said, I was a damn good gunner.
And modest.
Yep. I was a modestly damn good gunner. No, that was a fun game. We should do that again sometime.
Absolutely.
I know, and I'm not trying to promote the game or anything, but at the same time, it's a good game. I know it's on sale right now.
It's very fun with, friends, a small team.
Yeah,
you have,
if you've got 3 friends, freaking get it.
Yep.
And there's even like a 4-pack or whatever. It's great. It's 4-pack on sale or whatever. But I think we should do that one night for a StarSide Community Warfare.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we could do a private lobby or whatever, and just get as many people as we can in there, and just go to town.
Yep.
I think it'd be fun.
And we can wreck them all. I mean, we'll have a good fight with people.
Totally. Totally fair fight.
We don't have a lot of experience with it.
Right.
So now you know how you're always talking about bread knots. We have one behind us.
Got a toast knot.
There you go. It depends how long it was in there. I guess it is golden. But...
Yeah. It's just got that light bit of toastiness to it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to determine if we're all actually friends or not. How do you like your marshmallows? Like over an open fire? Like burnt to a crisp, golden brown? What? This will determine the fate of our friendship.
Golden brown.
I can go.
Okay. Whew. I knew we were friends for a reason.
I can go if there's like a little bit of burnage on it once in a while.
Yeah,
like,
I mean you're gonna be a man.
Yeah,
although burning it and taking off the crust and just eating the like melted center, that's pretty good.
You're dead to me. You need the whole thing.
Dude, the outside shell.
I only do that when I accidentally set it on fire.
The outside shell is the best.
I've got a friend who like only likes them burnt, so he'll just stick it in the fire. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, what?
Just immediately lights it on fire. I'm like, it's not a torch, dude.
They do make good torches, though.
They do. They're excellent for a little while.
They'll burn for a hot minute sometimes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, it's pure sugar, so.
Yeah. And delicious. Okay, I just had to make sure we could all get along.
What?
There we go. No one wants s'mores.
So when you meet someone in the street, are you like, hey, how do you like your marshmallows?
Yeah. That's basically what I just did without the gun.
Yeah, basically.
How do you like your marshmallows?
Oh god, I don't know. I've never had one. Oh.
I've never had. Somewhere out there,
Saber.
somebody is like watching and they've just realized they never had a marshmallow and they're going to check.
And that's a sad.
Had a what?
What's a marshmallow?
So I think we're going to take one question from the chat before we go. Yep, it's because it's a great question and it pertains to what you were just talking about. Is it okay if you just eat the marshmallow while it's still on fire?
Only if you're a man.
Yes. Yep. That sounds awesome. Record it. Put it on YouTube. Send it to me.
That was actually my people's rite of passage when I was a child. That's how I became a man. That's how I got this voice, actually. I ate 3 million
It burned your larynx.
marshmallows. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I am only 12. That's true. It actually happened last week. Wait, I'm also a time traveler. I'm trying to wrap the story together. No, wait, I was yesterday.
He was, but then he time traveled.
Okay.
I time traveled.
God damn it. Oh, man.
Yep, time travel.
Yeah.
Time travel, blimps, and marshmallows. I think that about sums up this whole thing.
Yeah, that's about right.
Time traveling fire marshmallows.
Ooh, there we go.
Time traveling
you guys just did that in
marshmallow
unison.
blimps.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
So
I'm going back to
sometimes
my
he travels back to his childhood and eats burnt marshmallows.
It just feels right, Dalmont.
It does. Feels right.
Now I just need to get an animation for like gently placing a hand on a knee.
That's when you pat your lap and say, you can sit over here.
I don't know about that.
Bell up.
Spare pizza.
Yeah. And now you want pizza.
No, actually, I don't. I had it yesterday.
Oh. Now Dal wants pizza.
I got pizza. Oh,
Granted, we got this pizza the other day. My wife and I ordered it. It was recommended to us by a group of people who own a salvage yard. Ironically, I don't actually know how that's
make
ironic.
them experts?
Well, you fucking move big shit. You eat big shit. For $12 though, you get 24 slices of essentially what is a cheese stick without marinara. Right? It's like a pizza on breadsticks. It's huge. It's like 3-4 feet long, right? It's massive.
Can you get us a picture of this? I'm not sure I even
I don't have it anymore.
It's kind of hard to.
We ate it. We took care of this thing the first day. But it's good. Pizza Hut does it. Shameless plug. send me stuff.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
yeah,
about.
and you get dipping sauces with it, like honey sriracha and barbecue and ranch and marinara. It's really, really good, and it's mad cheap. It's like $12.
Now I'm starting to want pizza.
Also, don't look now, but one of the unreleased pirates on our server is floating above us. Pirate ship, I should say, not pirates.
My God.
Yeah, I'm glad I've never come across that thing.
Accurate.
That is huge. I feel like I'm in Star Wars right now. Just wanted to
That
pass over.
I don't think anybody actually has made something with the mass necessary to
Not
spawn
even
that
close.
in a non-protected sector.
Kep might be able to do it.
Yeah, but I don't have it. Oh my God, that's 170. And you have that set as a pirate?
Correct.
Well, it's unreleased. It
Oh.
will be a pirate eventually.
But unfortunately, you can't set the spawn rate, can you?
I think so.
By the
I think
time
we-
somebody
Manticore.
is capable of defeating that in open warfare, yeah, we'll be able to set the spawn.
yeah.
Alright. Then
Oh,
I'll
look, here
start
comes
playing
another
in
one.
survival.
And if nothing else, we could just spawn, those in. Wait, another what?
Was he chaining them together again?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Oh, bugger.
Well, I mean, I could probably
Oh,
kill it
fucker.
with my turret, but I'd have to spawn it.
Have you guys seen the guy from Winnie the Pooh? Actually, the voice of Winnie the Pooh did a Star Wars reading, and he was reading as Darth Vader, but he was Winnie the Pooh. It was amazing.
Wait, what?
He was doing him and like some other lady were doing a script reading of Star Wars where where Darth Vader first comes into the ship, like the first movie, and so the voice of Winnie the Pooh was playing Darth Vader, and then the other lady was like a bunch of other different voices, but it was hilarious because it's like this sweet innocent voice, and he's just like talking about getting the plans and stuff. I would definitely do that, and then I'll probably link it down below so everybody else can see it because it's amazing. But like at the end, he's actually like, "Oh bother!" It's just so great because he's doing Darth Vader lines, and it's like, wow, all right then.
I really want to see this now.
Yep, it's good stuff. But I think we're at about time, right? Or maybe a little bit over.
Yeah, we're about there.
Okay.
That works for me.
Yeah, unless anybody else has any other pertinent questions or topics. Or not even pertinent, just questions or topics.
I just
was
watching
not pertinent.
Skeptic dance around the monorail.
Yeah, after we turn off the stream, I said we just keep doing that. Let's throw credits at him.
Okay, yeah.
Let's get some light rods in here. Oh, and he's away. All right. Hey,
Bye,
we're doing our outro.
No, the rail stopped moving. I'm gonna push.
Oh,
the entire
God.
thing.
Oh, no.
Oh
Okay.
God,
Yep,
no!
nope.
Why?
All right.
Oh,
I think it's about time to wrap up.
Yep, that should be.
Why is it
that's
always
what we call a
chaos?
sign.
I don't know.
Unscripted
Every single
chaos.
time, it's always chaos at the end. Whatever. Anyway, all right, we don't have anything else. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I had more fun on this one than the last one, just because it was a little offbeat last time, I think. So I think it definitely went better this time. So we will have this on YouTube, and I will try and get this set up relatively soon on some sort of podcast thing or SS feed, all this other stuff. Anyway, not important. So yeah, I would like to thank Keptic for being our guest today.
And thank you for inviting me.
Not a problem. Anytime. And by anytime, I mean when we have an open spot, because
Yeah,
we
that's
actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, we're like starting to get
We have
people
a
that are
waiting
like-
list.
Yeah, we have a waiting list
Yeah.
on the podcast, which is awesome. This is our third one.
We're
So yeah,
surprising. It's sort of
it's
like
super
how the
cool.
server hit 40 people today.
Exactly. It
It's
just kind
just-
of blew up,
Surprise!
Yeah, it goes slow until it's going really, really fast all of a sudden.
and then it's an avalanche, and then we're gonna get smothered and die because there will probably be a day before we upgrade, which will hopefully be the day before we upgrade, where it's just like people are constantly just like error log on or error log in,
God.
server full, error log in, just like they were trying to do today. It was ridiculous.
If we get to that point, I'm just gonna sit there and go, yeah, we need donations because we need to upgrade this like now.
Yeah, let's go right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it happens after June 1st, because then I'll get paid and I can get paid for that if I need to.
Hopefully we'll get donations, so we won't need to worry about that. But anyway, also I think Raiben, actually I don't think we talked to you about this, but Dal and I kind of talked it over, and we would prefer not to do the Patreon thing, even though I know you did like put much time into it, and we do appreciate that. But like it just doesn't. There was a lot of feedback that wasn't that positive about Patreon, so we're just gonna try and do like a PayPal thing instead.
All right, I'm good with that.
All right, so yeah, okay, so that about does it. Wherever Criss went, Criss might be flying us around. I don't know. Yeah, he is. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Watching or listening. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did too. And that should cover it. We will be back next week with another very special guest. hopefully less deadly than Keptic, who is apparently murderous, trying to shoot me with his pistol.
He's a vicious individual.
I thought he was thankful. Oh god.
I thought he was a vicious nice guy.
Okay, but thanks again.
Skeptics are normally nice.
I guess.
It's a lie.
We will catch you guys another time, and we will see you Starside.